and welcome back to Sir Jap Math channel where we can learn and love math together. So for today's video lesson, we will discuss about operations on functions. This is a grade 11 general mathematics lesson. To start with, operations on functions. Functions with overlapping domains can be added, subtracted, multiplied, and divided. Let f and g be two functions. We can define the following. So to get the sum of functions, we will just use this formula. F plus g of x is equal to f of x plus g of x. To find the difference of functions, we will have f minus g of x equals f of x minus g of x. And to get the product of functions, we will have f times g of x equals f of x times g of x. And for quotient of functions, we will have f divided by g of x is equal to f of x divided by g of x, where g of x should not be equal to 0. So we will discuss this one by one. Let's start with addition of functions, and we will use this formula. For example, if f of x is equal to 4x plus 2 and g of x is equal to 7x minus 5, find f plus g of x. So to solve, we will have f plus g of x, that is just f of x plus g of x. That is our formula. Next is to substitute the values of f of x and g of x. So for our f of x, we have 4x plus 2. And for our g of x, we will have 7x minus 5. Next is to combine similar terms or like terms. So we will have this. They are the same. So we have 4x plus 7x will give us 11x. Next is positive 2 and negative 5. So that will give us negative 3. 11x minus 3 cannot anymore be combined because they are not similar terms. Therefore, this will serve as our final answer. Now let us try this. The given is if f of x is equal to 6x plus 8 and g of x is equal to 4x minus 2, find number 1, f plus g of x, and number 2, f plus g of 3. So to solve, let's start with number 1. So to find the sum of the functions, we will just have f of x plus g of x. Next is to substitute the values of f of x and the g of x. So our f of x is the yellow one. So we have 6x plus 8 plus g of x is the red one. That's 4x minus 2. Next is to combine similar terms. So we have 6x plus 4x will give us 10x. And next is positive 8 minus 2. That is positive 6. 10x plus 6 cannot anymore be combined because they are not similar terms. Therefore, this will be our final answer. For number 2, same, to get the sum of the functions, we will just have f of x plus the g of x. Next is to substitute the values of f of x and g of x. So we have our f of x is 6x plus 8 plus our g of x is 4x minus 2. Next, we will change the value of x with the number inside the parentheses. So the number inside the parentheses is 3. So we will replace x with 3. And we will have 6 times 3 plus 8 plus 4 times 3 minus 2. Next is to simplify. So we have 6 times 3, that's 18, and then just bring down positive 8. Plus 4 times 3, that's 12, minus 2, bring down. Next, simplify. We will have 18 plus 8, that's 26, plus 12 minus 2, that's 10. And then add, we will have 36. And that is our final answer. Now take note, on this part, you can easily combine all the numbers. Now let's have subtraction of functions. And we will have this formula. Let's have an example. If f of x is equal to 9x minus 6 and g of x is equal to 4x plus 8, find f minus g of x. So to solve, we will have f minus g of x, that is just f of x minus g of x. So first is to substitute the values of f of x and the value of g of x. So for f of x, we have the yellow one, so that's 9x minus 6, minus the g of x, we have 4x plus 8. So we have this inside the parentheses. Now take note, that is very important. We need to place the value inside the parentheses if we will have subtraction, so that we will not be confused of the sign. Next, we have 9x minus 6. We will just bring down this one because we will distribute first the negative sign. So we will have negative times 4x, that's negative 4x. Then we have negative times positive 8, that is negative 8. So we are done now. So we will combine similar terms. So we have 9x minus 4x, that's 5x. Negative 6 minus 8, that is negative 14. We cannot combine 5x and 14, so this will be our final answer. Now let us try this. The given, if f of x is equal to 2x plus 5 and g of x is equal to 3x minus 1, find number 1, f minus g of x, and number 2, f minus g of negative 4. So let's start with number 1. So f minus g of x is just f of x minus g of x. So substitute the values. We have for f of x, 2x plus 5 minus our g of x, that's 3x minus 1. Place it inside the parentheses. Next, we have to bring down 2x plus 5 and then distribute the negative. So we have negative times 3x, that's negative 3x. Negative times negative 1, that's positive 1. So after this, we will combine similar terms. So we have 2x minus 3x, that is negative 1x or negative x. Positive 5 plus 1, that is positive 6. And that will be our final answer. For number 2, same, f minus g of x is just f of x minus g of x. So first is to substitute the values of f of x and g of x. So we have 2x plus 5 minus 3x minus 1. Next is to bring down this and distribute the negative. So we have negative times 3x, that's negative 3x. Negative times negative 1, that's positive 1. Next is to change the value of x by the number inside the parentheses. So our number is negative 4. So we need to replace x by negative 4. So we will have 2 times negative 4 plus 5. And here we have negative, so 3 times negative 4 plus 1. So we cannot anymore see the x because it was replaced by negative 4. Next is to simplify. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. and then just bring down the positive 5. Here, negative 3 times negative 4, that's positive 12, and then just bring down the 1. Next, we will have to solve negative 8 plus 5, that is negative 3, plus 12, that is positive 9, plus 1, the answer is 10. And that is the final answer. Let's have multiplication of functions, and we will have this formula. So let's have the example. If f of x is equal to 2x plus 3 and g of x is equal to 3x minus 4, find f times g of x. So for the solution, we will have f times g of x. So we will just multiply f of x times g of x. Next is to substitute the values. So for f of x, the given is 2x plus 3 times the g of x, which is 3x minus 4. Now, on this part, to multiply this, 2x plus 3 times 3x minus 4, we will use the FOIL method. First, outer, inner, last. So let's have 2x times 3x. The answer is 6x squared. Next, 2x times negative 4. The answer is negative 8x. Next, 3 times 3x. The answer is positive 9x. 3 times negative 4. The answer is negative 12. And then, combine similar terms. So, when we say similar, they must be the same variable, they must be the same exponents, or the same constant as well. So, for this part, 6x squared has no similar terms, so we will just bring down 6x squared. And then, these two are similar, so we have negative 8x, positive 9x. The answer is positive 1x or positive x. The constant negative 12 has no similar term, therefore we will just bring down. And we cannot combine these three terms, therefore that will be our final answer. Now let us try this given. If f of x is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 1 and g of x is equal to x minus 5, find number 1, f times g of x, and number 2, f times g of positive 2. So let's start with number 1. F times g of x is just f of x times g of x. So, substitute now the values of f of x and g of x. F of x, the yellow one, we have x squared plus 2x minus 1. And for the g of x, we have x minus 5. So, to multiply, we will have first x squared times the x. The answer is x cubed. Next, x squared times negative 5, that is negative 5x squared. Next, we have 2x times x, we will have 2x squared. And then, 2x times negative 5, the answer is negative 10x. And lastly, negative 1 times x, that's negative 1x or negative x. And negative 1 times negative 5 is positive 5. So for this part, we will combine similar terms. So x cubed will be bring down or brought down since it has no similar terms. These two are similar, so negative 5x squared plus 2x squared. So we will just subtract because they have different signs. The answer is negative 3x squared. These two are also similar. They are the same variable with an exponent of 1. So negative 10x minus x is negative 11x. And then just bring down positive 5. No more similar terms, therefore, that will be our final answer. Now for number 2, f times g of 2. So we have f times g of x is equal to f of x times g of x. So first is to substitute the values. So we have x squared plus 2x minus 1 times x minus 5. Now, if you can observe, if we will follow and find the answer for this one, it will lead us to this answer. So we will have x cubed minus 3x squared minus 11x plus 5. Now, from this part, we will change the values of x. Since the number inside is 2, so all x's here will be replaced with 2. So we will have 2 cubed minus 3 times 2 squared minus 11 times 2 plus 5. And then simplify. So we have 8. 2 cubed is 8. Here, 2 squared is 4 times the negative 3, that is negative 12. Here, negative 11 times 2, that's negative 22. And then just bring down the 5. And then solve all. 8 minus 12 minus 22 plus 5. So the answer is negative 21. And that will be our final answer. Now for division of functions, we will use this formula. So let's try an example. If f of x is equal to 3x plus 9 and g of x is equal to 3x minus 12, find f divided by g of x. So f over g of x is equal to f of x divided by g of x. So first is to just change the values. So we have 3x plus 9 on top, numerator, that's f of x. 3x minus 12 for the denominator, the g of x. Next is to factor the given. So we have the 3x plus 9. It can be factored as 3 times x plus 3. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 3 is 9. So for the denominator, 3x minus 12, it can be factored as 3 times x minus 4. Next, we can cancel the 3. So what is left is x plus 3 divided by x minus 4. And that will be our final answer. Now let us try this example. If f of x is equal to x squared plus 7x plus 10 and g of x is equal to x plus 5, find number 1, f over g of x, number 2, f over g of negative 4. So for number 1, let's have f of x divided by g of x. Next is to substitute. It will become x squared plus 7x plus 10. That's the given for f of x. And then denominator, we have x plus 5 for g of x. Now, on top, we can still factor this one. And it will be x plus 5 times x plus 2. And then just bring down x plus 5 on the denominator. Next, we can cancel x plus 5. So what is left is x plus 2. And that is our answer. Now for number 2, f over g of negative 4, we will use the formula and then just substitute. So if we are going to substitute the value of f of x, which is x squared plus 7x plus 10, and then for g of x, x plus 5, since our number inside the parenthesis negative 4, we can directly replace x by negative 4. So we have negative 4 squared plus 7 times negative 4 plus 10. And then in the denominator, negative 4 plus 5. And then simplify. So we have 16, that is from negative 4 squared, 16. Positive 7 times negative 4 is negative 28. And then just bring down the 10. Negative 4 plus 5 is positive 1. So, 16 minus 28 plus 10, The answer is -2 divided by 1, still -2, and that will be our final answer. There you have it, mga math peeps. We are done with operations on functions. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Sir Japmat. Watch out for the next video lessons. Thank you so much, and goodbye everyone.